Can you give a day in the life on a streaming day and a day in the life on a filming day?
Yeah. So on a streaming day, I'm getting up like 8:30, 8:45 a.m., like at the latest 9 a.m. because I'll usually have 2, sometimes 3 short meetings in the morning between 9 to like 11 a.m. Team meetings, just like, with the YouTube team, meetings with my Fortnite creative team that makes Fortnite maps, and then sometimes just meetings with my agent to discuss sponsorships or like things like that. So 2 to 3 meetings on almost every morning on a stream day to start my day off, and then I'll have my breakfast. I'll be checking up on some things, but by 11 a.m. noon, I try to be live because I'm gonna stream from like let's say noon to 5 or 6 p.m. And on stream, I'm usually trying to get one like main channel recording complete. And maybe like a more. So I have SypherPK, which is all like the highly produced, good quality content, and then I have more SypherPK, which is more. It's not like low quality, but it's like more chill, less highly produced, lower risk. But it's for people who just still want to. Maybe they miss a stream and they want to catch a cool moment or something like that. So I'll do like 1 and 1. I'll try to do 1 and 1. One main.
And you're actually recording something. It's not
just
recording.
A VOD. Yeah, and I'm recording while I'm live, and it's very intentional.
Yep.
That's something that I learned to do during my Elder Scrolls Online 2015 era. And I think it's a very important skill set.
Yep.
It can be awkward when you're live in front of an audience and you're just like, hey, what's up, guys? It's Cypher. Today we're going to be checking out this and that. Yeah. And maybe you mess up. You got to do it again. And you're live. Like, sometimes people are like, cringe. Like, and I'm just like, bro, this is the process. I'm being transparent with you guys. And I'm showing you guys me creating the content live. But that allows me to be live and create content at the same time. So I'm able to make more use of my time.
I think, just sorry to cut you off, but there's so many streamers that their YouTube channel is just a VOD run of their Twitch. And like you said, it works for some people. They would decide that's something they want to do. That's fine.
But there's a cap.
But there's a cap, 100%. And there's very few streamers that do both.
Yep.
So I always, as a YouTuber, right, I always wondered how streamers can do both. And it's very interesting to do it in the stream. One, I think it's really cool. Your audience probably some of them probably love that. And they're like, I was there, they're watching the video.
I got to watch it early. Yeah.
And it's really, if you can, I think, get your audience used to that, that is the best case scenario for sure.
It takes some getting used to for yourself and for your audience. But I think overall, the net positive is just get past the cringe comments.
Yeah. So you get kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. On some streaming days, you're able to get a main video done.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then you end at what time did you say? Sorry?
Like 6 p.m. I'm usually done. And at that point, like I really just want to go to the gym, work out, come home, have dinner, and spend like the remaining of the day with my wife. We'll watch a movie, watch a show, just hang out, maybe go out. That's my typical streaming day.
So you gym every day too?
I try to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week as well.
It's impressive. Okay.
I mean, I try. We can talk about it later, but I had a huge gym transformation.
Yeah, of course we'll talk about it. Yeah. Okay, so that's a YouTube day.
Yeah, it's a streaming day.
I mean, sorry, that's a streaming day.
Yeah.
So what's a YouTube day if you're already filming in the streaming days too?
Yeah, so a YouTube day, because on a YouTube day or a recording day, it's usually 1, maybe 2 days a week, but we try to do it all in one. I will record 7 shorts on that day. So all 7 for the week, record on one day. And I'll have the script, I'll have the content ready, available to me. The team will come up with it. I might make some small tweaks on the spot, but it's nothing major. And then I'll record 3 or 4, usually 4 reaction videos, and then 2 to 3 more SypherPK videos, because the more SypherPK content sometimes comes from stream, but sometimes we do intentionally record it off stream.
Okay.
So that's like 6, 7 videos between the two secondary channels, and 7 shorts / TikToks in the recording day. And that's on a full day. That's usually like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours max. If I'm being very efficient, 3 hours.
Okay.
And that gets, first of all, to get to that point, it was a lot of structuring and planning ahead that the team had to do, and that we really, really locked in on. Because before that, I was trying to do reaction content on stream. I was trying to do shorts on stream. And what I realized is there is a moment where you're kind of losing the live audience a little bit when you're doing too much planned content. You still need that spontaneous, like we're just live and we're just playing and having a good time. Not everything has to be a very curated piece of content. And there was a moment where I was doing too much of that on stream, and I felt like the audience wasn't on board, and there was a part of the audience that was like, it's a little too much. Like, we just want to see you be you.
Just play.
Or I'm like 5-6 hours into playing Fortnite, and I'm like, I have to do a reaction video before I end my stream, and I'm just like worn out. I give a poor reaction, whatever. So we structured all that out of the stream content, and we have a dedicated like daily or weekly day where we just knock it all out in one session. So it's that has helped a lot, because now I can still be like a streamer and still do the double dipping where I'm creating content, but not have it overtake the stream.
Amazing. Time management, man, is just so important. Like there's a lot of people feel like they don't have time to do X, Y, and Z, but really, if you're very just intentional and efficient with your time, like you said, look how much you can get done, man. Obviously, you need help, right? If you want to succeed at this level, you need people around you that you can trust more than anything, and that show up. But also managing your time, man. So many of us, I know I'm guilty of it a lot, where you just waste time scrolling on TikTok or whatever it is, whether it's consuming Cypher content or other stuff, right? But like, there's so much time in the day that we may waste. So it's just like, just imagine how much can change if you use your time a little better. It's really cool, man. It's really cool to hear the structure and the breakdown. It's amazing that you've built that. Like I said, I spoke to Oni at some point, and I know that I don't actually know. I'm going to ask you, right? I know that the concept of Oni was to have other creators as well. You probably do. And you also even signed someone that was like an Oni creator, right? That was here in the office and stuff. So what else does Oni do outside of your content?
So outside of my content, we do help some other creators on like case-by-case basis, depending on what they need. It's still like that part of the business is still like very small. Like, we have a couple creators like that are like low-key signed. Like, we help them with their shorts or their long-form content, but it's very back-end. Like, it's not like they're a signed creator. We did have 2 like creators that we signed, kind of like 2 Oni Studios, which is like less of a traditional esports signing, but more of like we're the content team that is going to produce and like, nurture this creator. We ended up stopping that program, not because it wasn't working. It was just, obviously when you're trying to build up a creator, it's going to take years. And we knew it wasn't going to be like a quick thing. But at a certain point, we kind of like restructured our business a little bit, and we really needed to lock in on what was working and what wasn't. And this was the time where a lot of esports teams were going under. Some people were filing bankruptcy, and we were always good. Like, we're always in the green because we create content. Like, we're not buying, $1 million spots in COD League or Overwatch League. We weren't doing that. So we were always in the green, but we realized that, the gaming industry and esports industry was a little shaky at that moment. So we needed to lock in a little bit on things that are working. We still do help creators on a case-by-case on certain projects, certain channels, and it's very back-end stuff. But now Oni Studios basically is the company that manages the SypherPK production, like all my content, my sponsorships, but also the Fortnite creative side of things, and then the merchandise with Metal Umbrella, which I see you're rocking, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course, yeah. It's really good quality.
Thank you.
So, okay, I'd love to get into like kind of finances now, because there's so much. You've just talked about so much. And I guess even just starting, I'm just curious, right? When it's your company and they're all your channels, so you must split revenue somehow with Oni, right? How is that something that you can share? Like, how you kind of, right? You have your YouTube, you have your streaming, you have your brand deals, you have the Fortnite maps. I want to talk about each thing individually. But I'm just curious, do you share that revenue with Oni Studios, or how do you go about like, taking the income and
I guess from a technical perspective, SypherPK is a client of Oni, right?
Okay.
Like, it's like I'm the biggest client, right, of Oni, but I'm also the SypherPK and the owner of Oni Studios. So in a sense, there is a cost that SypherPK takes on to get the services of Oni Studios, right? And that's just like how it's structured, because like if you bring anybody else in, they're not the owner of Oni. Let's say another big creator wants Oni to be their content creator like machine. The idea is that they would come in and there would be a split of revenue, depending on like what we're doing and how much we're doing for them. So that's kind of like how we like initially structured it with myself, so that it can apply to future people. Because when you have a business, right, like, you need to have the structure in place, even if it doesn't makes sense. Like I'm the owner of Oni and I'm the owner of Cypher. Why would does it matter where the money is going? Yeah, it kind of does for tax reasons and for structure reasons. It kind of does matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully that answers.
Yeah, no, for sure. So there's a few different streams, right? You got YouTube, Twitch, Creator Code.
So Metal Umbrella, the idea behind it is that we did do, like you said, SypherPK inspired merchandise and like the Oni logo and everything, but we felt like only like SypherPK fans and like only dedicated fans of myself would buy merch with like my name and my branding. Whereas if we created like a clothing brand that was more neutral and I'm just the owner of it, we could get into like a wider market, wider audience. So for Metal Umbrella, we launched it. We did 7 figures in sale in the first year. We even got it into stores. We did a collaboration with PacSun, and they put a Metal Umbrella line in PacSun, which was also a significant deal for us. Eventually, though, we took a break from Metal Umbrella. Like this last year and a half, we didn't drop any new collections. We still have been selling successfully like the 5 collections that we launched with. Even just recently, we did like a Black Friday sale and generated a good amount of revenue from just our old collections. But the reason we stopped was, like I said, we downsized, right? Our team, we restructured, and we kind of really wanted to focus in on what was working. And for us, the 2 main things was the YouTube content creation, scaling it up even more and staying consistent, and then getting the UEFN team developed and ready to take on that challenge. Because the same marketing team that markets the maps that I make would be the same team marketing the Metal Umbrella.
Got it.
So we felt like there was a split in the focus there, and we felt like UEFN was a little bit more important, and it still is more important. We did recently announce that in 2025, we're bringing Metal Umbrella back, and we're going to launch a new collection. So we're going to continue that process of building up that. But it was important. Like, it's important to know when you're moving a little too fast and you got too many things that you're doing that you're not doing the important things well. So we had to pause for a second and focus on what was working well and really, really like commit to that. And now that we kind of have that structure in place, we feel a little bit more confident with our creative team, with Superjoy and the maps. It's, next year we're going to get back into the clothing brand.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's amazing. Like I said, really good quality.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm excited to see what you guys drop with it. I think actually I skipped one thing. I said last thing, but because I did an interview with Ninja as well, and he spoke about the creator. I mean, there's a couple clips of him viral talking about how he made $5 million on the creator code of one.
Yeah.
And myself, to be honest, I've had a creator code, and not like I'm not a massive Fortnite streamer by any means, but I made decent money on it